Hello. Hello. Oh, I actually don't have YouTube up. I always do this. Okay. I always do this. There she goes. There she goes. We're gonna check the chat right here. Hello. Hi. I have to go live on TikTok too, but I'll sit with you here for a second. Yeah. Today, I don't know if this is gonna be like the longest live stream I've ever done in my life. However, it's because I have so much to do, and low-key, I procrastinated this morning a little bit by watching Hamnet. And I don't know if you've watched Hamnet, but wow, that shit was amazing. That shit was really good, but I haven't finished it. It was already very good. But yeah, I have shit to do, but I was like, I'm not gonna skip this live. I'm committed. But I am gonna. Why is it so quiet? Do you think the mic isn't right now? Hold on. Let me see if the mic is plugged in properly. It looks like it's plugged in. Hold on. Hello. Let me see if I'm on the right mic. It's hot as hell in here, by the way. Like how quiet is it, do you think? Is this louder? Do I just need to talk louder? Because my partner's asleep, but he needs to wake up anyways. Let me know if that's any louder. Barely hearing anything. Okay. Let me see. You know, I am not usually. Now it's better? Okay, I think I was just talking too quiet. I'm gonna try TikTok and see what the hell, if the mic is working on TikTok. I'm gonna go live on TikTok. Okay. We're doing it. By the way, no Spawn, obviously. And no, I don't usually drink Coke. It's just my mother-in-law bought a whole case of Coke, and I was like, I'm not gonna just let this sit here. Thank you. I swear you have the best timing. Yeah, you know me. But no, yeah, the trinkets. I love me some trinkets. I was showing my partner a video of this like incredibly trinket-filled kitchen, and they got really scared. They were like, "No, that's a borderline hoarding." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm a hoarder, so for this to work out." No, I'm kidding. But yeah, we like to hoard. But let's see. I do not have a Coke addiction. I do not have it. I'm okay. I used to have a soda addiction for a long time because my mother only fed us soda. Yeah, we only drank soda growing up. We didn't drink water. I didn't even know I was supposed to drink water until I was an adult. So that's crazy. But we would drink like Dr. Pepper and sweet tea only, and it was full sugar sweet tea, by the way. And I would drink like at least 5 to 6, 7, sometimes 12 Dr. Peppers a day, like as my water and sweet tea, because my mom just didn't tell us, hey, we need to be drinking water. That's what neglect does to you. And then you just do whatever your parents do. And my mom would drink like 20 Dr. Peppers a day and sweet teas, a bunch of sweet teas, just refilling. So at some point I was just like, well, this is my destiny. But I'm glad I moved past that. I'm drinking a lot of more water now. But right now I'm trying to bulk because I'm working out my quads, glutes, my abs, my arms, my back, literally my whole body. So I want to bulk, and I heard Coke is good for calories, and right now my appetite is not the best at the moment, so it's helping me get those calories in so that I don't lose my pump. But and I can maintain my physique. Over the summer I drink soda so much my tongue genuinely gets a black dot, like it gets fried. What the fuck? I don't think, I've been drinking soda for so long, and that's never happened to me. That's literally so crazy. Sugar increases appetite. Okay, maybe I need to stop avoiding sugar then this week because I need to eat more. I'm trying to eat more. Like, I've been eating this. Look at this. I made this in the air fryer. This is it's pizza bread. I know it looks gross right now, but it was actually super good. I've been eating that pizza bread all morning. What is it? 2:30 p.m. I'm really trying to get more food in my body. Bro, Momopill, don't die. I won't. I'll never die. I'm immortal. Did you guys know that I'm immortal because I'm half vampire and half werewolf? Yeah. So I'm immortal. Ow! Let's see. What does YouTube say? By the way, guys, I'm also streaming on YouTube. So I'll be answering chat. And if you want to move over to YouTube, feel free. But I just woke up from a nap and I'm hungry. Since my movement is still below average, I have to take my time getting downstairs, and I love to have something playing to keep me going. I'm glad that I can be that thing playing to keep me going. That fulfills me, because it's like sometimes when you stream, you're like, I want to be doing something that's fulfilling. You know, I want to be actually helping people, and sometimes streaming feels like bullshit. It feels like brain rot bullshit, so I'm glad that I can help. Yeah. I will answer the question about reincarnation in a second. Let me check the TikTok chat. Sorry, guys. Who want to play Dad Overwatch? Dude, not me. Oh, you're back. The semantics of shadow work. Let's see. How did it work for you? It worked so well. Yeah. No, I knew it was going to work so well because it worked so well for me. And it got me doing shadow work again today. Now it's a daily thing. And it's like I've done shadow work on and off for like a whole week. Then I stop. And then like I take a few days. And no, I think this needs to be an everyday thing for me. And I think what helped with my shadow work, guys, is seeing it less like shadow work and seeing it more like journaling, because I already journal a lot anyways. You know, everything is journaling. And it just helps. Chat wants shadow work, witchcraft. Shadow work is not witchcraft. Shadow work is simply working with your shadow. Everyone has a shadow. Everyone has an ego, which is your shadow, right? And then everyone has a self and an ego. Self-ego. The ego is here to protect you. It's not evil. But the self is like your true self, right? Without all that protection needed. You know what I mean? So shadow work is just digging deep into those nasty, dark parts of yourself that most human beings never do in their entire lives, to be honest. You know, you don't have to do witchcraft to get into shadow work. It has nothing to do with witchcraft. It has to do with, you know, knowing yourself, getting to know yourself, and getting to know those parts of yourself that most people just can't take. Those very uncomfortable, nasty feelings. Everyone has them. Nasty beliefs about themselves, other people. You have to dive deep. So in my opinion, how you do shadow work, my way to do shadow work, I get prompts. I either get prompts from like TED Talks, or I get prompts from, and this is for everyone. This is YouTube, TikTok. I get prompts from YouTube videos. I get prompts from my colleagues, I would say. Ozzy has helped me with prompts, with meditation, with journaling. Yeah, very, very good. Ozzy, they just make amazing prompts for shadow work and visualization. And then I also ask myself, though. Yeah, you have to ask yourself. Like, you have to make prompts up yourself. That's another thing. You can't completely rely, but the way it works for you is going to be different for everybody. So I'm actually going to tell you a method, and no, I have not been live nonstop. No, hell no, I wouldn't do that to myself. I would never do that to myself. Hell no, bro. Like, what the fuck? I know it's kind of disorienting, but it's only because I've been doing the 8 a.m. streams because I want to have a more intimate talk with you guys. It's like on my phone. It's just nice to have a little intimate talk with you guys on TikTok. But this is my like official stream. But what was I saying? What the hell was I saying? You caught me so off guard. Oh, guys, if you need help with shadow work, this is what you do. And YouTube chat, could you just let me know that the stream is still playing? I want to make sure the stream is still playing. But basically, my method that I actually did the other day, that I came up with the other day, and this was actually inspired by my experience on mushrooms. When I was on mushrooms, I had a lot of unhealed trauma, okay? A lot of unhealed trauma that I refused to look at, and it was really bad trauma. I was keeping trophies of my trauma in my bedroom as decoration, like as trinkets, okay? Oh God. See? See how bad that energy is to keep trophies of trauma in your bedroom as trinkets? No. But when I was on the shrooms, it became very hyper aware to me that, okay, great. Thank you, YouTube. I appreciate you guys. But basically, it became very hyper aware to me that I was doing that to myself, and that keeping a trophy of like sexual assault, basically. Yeah, no, that's not it. So I remember taking the little thing, the little toy that this guy gave me as a trophy for letting him do whatever. And I was looking at it and it made me feel sick, made me feel absolutely sick. But I kept looking at it, I kept looking at it, I kept looking at it. And as I was looking at it, it started to get smaller depending on how I was thinking about it. It started to get visually smaller because, you know, when you're on the mushrooms, you know, you can see things change. So my perception became reality before my very eyes, right? So when I felt like it had power over me, it got bigger. When I felt like I had power over it, it got smaller. And that was absolutely beautiful for me, and it changed my life. So after that, and as well, I also did a lot of mirror work while I was on the shrooms. People say, don't look at yourself in the mirror. You should. The only reason you're scared when you look in the mirror on mushrooms, or even sober, okay? The only reason you're scared is because you see that you have not done the work on yourself. You know, the unhealedness of yourself, the inability to look at yourself in the face. You're scared of yourself. You're only scared of yourself and your emotions. You're scared to dive deeper within yourself to get to know yourself. It's scary as hell. But I'm glad that I took a look at myself in that mirror because it also changed my life. I looked at myself as an objective viewer, like a participant. Like I'm not a participant, rather. So I was looking at myself and I was like, why am I so mean to myself? Why am I so cruel to myself when this girl has the saddest eyes, you know, the saddest, most puppy dog, like, you know, traumatized looking face I've ever seen, and I'm making it worse for her. I think I saw my inner child or something. I don't know what the hell I saw, but it was beautiful. And I've implemented this into my daily routine now, where I take a mirror, and this is the work, okay? Have you guys seen those mirrors that are 3-sided, right? You get 3 sides of the mirror. If you have one of those, it's very helpful because you can hold it up like this, right? What I was doing, I laid down on the floor. I was looking at myself in the main mirror, okay? And then the side mirrors, I could see my peripheral vision, the side of my face. But you know what was funny? The side of my face was making evil faces at me. It was making evil faces. It was laughing at me. It was angry. It was sad. And it was like laughing at me like I was a clown. And I was like, what the fuck? I can see myself. And I was sober. I was completely sober. So for me to see that sober, wow. That made me realize I'm still quite mean to myself. I'm still quite evil to myself. I still perceive myself in this way where I'm making fun of myself. I'm being unkind to myself. And once I changed my perspective, I looked back at my peripheral vision and she was neutral. She was neutral. She was neutral. And it made me realize it's just about my perception of myself. No, it's not hallucination. I think you just need to open your mind a little bit. It's not necessarily hallucination, it's perception. So your perception creates your reality, right? That's a very stark example. I was perceiving myself as someone to be laughed at, as someone to be made fun of, as someone to be hurt. So my other self, my ego, was laughing at me. It was making weird faces. And you know when you look in your peripheral vision, things get blurred. But guess what? Your perception fills in the gaps. So it's not necessarily hallucination. It's more of your mind creating what it thinks it sees, which is actually scientifically sound. Yeah. So I'm just glad I had that experience, and now I'm going to keep doing that because I want to see, hey, when are you perceiving yourself in a way that you shouldn't be? I'm a Sagittarius sun, if you couldn't tell. I don't know. I know I'm wacky and I'm out there, but I think that's just what happens when you refuse to go back to who you used to be. When you refuse to like close your eyes to how you see yourself. Because it's not about magic necessarily. It's just perception. It's the mind. When you really enter your mind, because we know so little about psychology, you know what I mean? We know a lot, but we know so little. So what we can do to expand our knowledge on psychology, get inside your own head. See what the hell is going on with your inner psychology. And that's how you do it. And it was very helpful for me. It was very helpful for me. And I think it could help other people, especially people who see themselves in a way that is like unfavorable. That can really help out. No, of course not. What did YouTube chat say? Did you guys say? Oh, there's something here. Opinion on the labeling everything as spiritually Israeli. I mean, there are certain things where it's like maybe we're not taking the issue as seriously anymore when we're labeling everything as it, when we're kind of making it a meme. But at the same time, I don't know how much it really is a problem. You know, it's kind of stupid internet drama that doesn't matter. You know, that's why I'm kind of thinking of just making aid videos because I can't do this discourse. It's stupid. Let's be for real, guys. It doesn't matter. Who cares if someone calls something spiritually Israeli? You know what I mean? It's like caring about one little event that happened in one person's life, butterfly effect. It doesn't matter. It's really not important. I think maybe we should be focusing on things that are a little bit more important, rather than people memeing stupid shit, because people are always gonna meme stupid shit. What the hell are we gonna do about it? We can at least show that we're on the good side. We can show that we are supporting people who are being victimized and in genocide. We can show that we care about them, instead of like ruminating on the little tiny morally object, you know, I don't know, like the morally gray things of memes when it comes to that. Like, who cares? And I don't mean this in a mean way, but it's just like, it doesn't matter to me. It might matter to you, and that's okay. It just doesn't matter to me. Yeah. I've been thinking about, I've been reading books of old. See, that's a meme. Memes, but the thing is, memes do have a cultural, it gives you cultural context for what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? Saw TikTok of the girl creating the phrase, regret creating it. I understand that. I do understand that, because it's like, oh, she probably felt like, ooh, I just opened a huge can of worms. And I get that. Honestly, I do. But then again, who would we be if we regret whatever we put out into the world? If it's not genuinely hurting anyone, like in a real sense, then I guess it doesn't, we shouldn't feel so bad about it. We shouldn't feel so much guilt. So I hope that she doesn't feel too bad about that. But yeah, that's a Nana poster in the back. You can only see the Nana poster if you're on YouTube, by the way. But yeah, that's a Nana poster. You see that? I'm pointing out the window. That's a Nana poster. Yeah. It's a poster that I bought from an artist at MomoCon. It's a print. And she was the only one at MomoCon that was doing like old school anime, old school manga style, like shoujo manga style. It's really cool. I love her art. I cannot wait to buy more art from her this year. I just saw 2 Kawaii for Comfort. All alone in my bedroom when the lights. How did you like 2 Kawaii for Comfort? Because I adored it. It changed my life. I can't lie. It changed my perception of my autism. It changed my perception of cringe and what we find cringe. It changed my perception on so many things, even though it's purposely cringe. But it felt so comfortable for me. But it's 2 Kawaii for Comfort. You get it. Oh, thank you so much. Short hair queens are top tier. You know, ball. I'm actually about to chop off my hair even more. Yeah. Nana is so peak. I do love Nana. I would say I guess I used to identify as a misandrist because I was pretty jaded with my experiences with men and like having, you know, all those experiences. But I don't really identify as that now because I just don't think it's very progressive. I just don't think it does much. You know, it just feels like a collective, man, it sucks to be the victim of misogyny so fucking much. But I don't know. I have high standards for my male friends and the men in my life. Absolutely. I'm not going to let them get away with things that make me feel like I'm being oppressed or whatever, you know? But I'm also not going to dedicate my whole life to talking about men that I can't stand, men who hurt people, you know? It's not my prerogative. It's my prerogative. I'm going to do what I want to do. It's my prerogative. But it's not my prerogative. But I'm going to do what I want to do. Henceforth, I don't make misandry videos for that reason. Hi, Boots. It's nice to see you, Boots. Boots is here. Everyone say hi to Boots. Boots is here. Hello, Boots. Let's see. Do you find more misogyny in Egypt? Um, well, yeah. I mean, every time I went outside back in Egypt, I would get groped. So, I mean, I love my country. I will not lie. I love Egypt, but I can't lie that misogyny doesn't exist there. It's really bad there. So, that one guy who makes videos about it, you know, a lot of people want to bring him down, but he's telling the truth. He's spreading awareness about things that really happen. Yeah, I don't necessarily center men, but I don't decenter them because I care about what happens to, for instance, little boys. Sexual assault in childhood with little boys. I care about that issue. There are so many men's issues, quote unquote. I think they're genuinely people's issues, but we just experience it in a different way because we're born in different ways. And we're also not just born in different ways because that can change, but we're socialized. It doesn't matter what your gender identity is. You're either socialized as a boy or a girl, unfortunately. So that puts some seeds in your head about how you're thinking about the world, about how you're thinking about men and women, how you're thinking about gender roles, how you're thinking about sexism, how you're thinking about misogyny. And a lot of the time, it deals to you're not thinking about it at all, but it's in you. It's like subconscious. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I'll keep saying more stuff in the freaking YouTube chat, but I have to say this. This is so crazy. Need a video where it's just you animated in a Daria style. I'm gonna do that 100%. I've been learning how to animate for the past few weeks, and it's now one of my passions that I didn't know I had. So, yeah, I'll absolutely do that. That's an awesome idea. Thank you for that. You know, why didn't I think of that? I used to love Daria. Like, real, I'm an Egyptian and a hijabi, and can't get away from essay on a daily basis. No, literally, it doesn't matter how covered you are. Every time I was touched in Egypt, I was covered. And with my family, with all the male members of my family standing next to me, type shit. So, yeah. How would you cure the loneliness epidemic? Young people, especially young men, need to start thinking differently about relationships and love and what the fuck they think it is. Because this whole it's as Ozzy said. Guys, if you want relationship advice, loneliness epidemic advice, go to Ozzy's page. She's doing some real heat right now. Like, she's talking about all these things about relationships and love that matter so much. And you have to pay attention because she's the freaking GOAT at that. She had me thinking so differently about relationships. And, I love her for that reason, and I'm just so glad. I'm so glad we shout out Ozzy. People need to look at themselves. But no, seriously, that's literally the root. Ozzy Kaplan. Go to Ozzy Kaplan. Go to her YouTube channel and watch her YouTube videos. She makes a lot of good advice videos about relationships, the loneliness epidemic, all of that stuff. So I would say definitely go check her out. She's the fucking GOAT when it comes to relationship content and advice. And also check out her band, Ozzy Band. Yep. Ozzy has a band. Ozzy has a band. But yeah. I just have such deep love in my heart for Ozzy because the advice has genuinely helped me. So I just want it to help you guys too, because I could give you the advice, but I don't think I could say it as well as she could. Like, that's her forte for real. Thank you for tagging Ozzy, Luke. Thank you, because people need to go to her page, and I'm bad at multitasking. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I hope you're doing good, dude. Hell yeah. How do you do your hair blue? Oh, good dye young. Sky high. I bleach my hair once. My hair lifts pretty easily, thankfully. And then I put Sky High by Good Dye Young on it. And then that's it. And blue stays a long ass time, so you don't have to worry about it fading. I've washed my hair 3 times since I dyed it, and it looks exactly the same as I dyed it. But let's see. What's the meaning of Habibi? Habibi noor al-ain ya sakin khayali. That means my love. Habibi or Habibti. So we got Habibi is the male version of my love. Habibti is the female version. But in songs, they actually use the male version. So if you hear an Arabic song sang by a man where he's saying Habibi, it's because it's a gender neutral term in songs. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't necessarily call myself Arab. I am Egyptian, so technically North African, but I do speak Arabic, and I have nothing against Arabs. I want to say that. I have nothing against Arabs. I just love being from North Africa. I'm very proud of that. Can you also use hayati? Yeah, that means my life. My whole life. It's beautiful. You can also say, guys, okay, guys. So I'm going to teach you some Arabic. You can say, ayuni, my eyes. You can literally call someone you love, my eyes. Oh, like, what the fuck? The language is so beautiful. I love Arabic for that reason. Ayuni. Like, it's so sweet. And, Egyptians are very ushy-gushy and lovey-dovey too. So I really, really love my culture for that reason. We're ushy-gushy, we're lovey-dovey, but we're also like blunt and comedic and honest and funny and we're good at dancing and we're thick as hell and like, what the fuck? I love being Egyptian so much. I'm sorry. Sue me. Don't call me a dog. I'm not your dog. If I'm anyone's dog. It's that fella sleeping right over there. Shout out to my habibi. Okay, but I'm also not like that. Not like in a degrading way. You know, like, wait. Anyways, let's see. Dude, well, it's hot. Let's see. Can I say habibi to someone that hates me so he would get even angrier? Yes. Habibi would be a funny ass thing to say to someone to make them mad. Because, oh, qalbi. Elbi. Oh my god, I thought you said kalbi. Because I'm thinking like an Egyptian, okay? I'm not very good at fusha. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at fusha. I'm good at Egyptian Arabic. So I thought that you were like calling me a dog. Like, what the hell? But no, Elbi. Yeah. If you had just done Elbi, I would have gotten it in my heart. Well, yes, Islam is a patriarchal religion, and that's just my opinion. But I have nothing against Muslims, and I have nothing against Muslims. And I grew up Muslim, and I just didn't feel happy. I didn't feel empowered. I didn't feel safe. I didn't enjoy it. And once I did more research on the religion and how it came to be, I realized that a lot of culture was erased because of this religion, and a lot of women-centered culture was erased, and a lot of patriarchy ensued afterwards. And there was patriarchy in the Saudi Arabian tribes, absolutely. Actually, women were treated kind of poorly, but women gods were, praised. So I just didn't think it was all right. I didn't think it was just for the Prophet Muhammad to bust into someone else's shrine, and, it's not right. I'm not going to go into a mosque and, take the prayer rug or the beads. I'm not going to yell at the sheikh. I don't care. So I just don't think it's right to erase culture to get people to follow your religion. Yeah, Moroccan is also so different, many types. But I do know some Moroccan dialect because my stepdad was Moroccan. He was abusive, but he was Moroccan. But that doesn't correlate. I just want to say, I'm not cool with him because he's abusive. Not because he's Moroccan. Morocco, though, I lived there for about half a year. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful. I don't know if I lived I think near Casablanca. It was amazing. Like, the food, the apartment building was really nice. It was because my parents got divorced. My mom instantly moved in with this Moroccan guy, and then he became my stepdad. That's what happened. But I was like 10 when I lived there. Do you feel people nowadays are more afraid to be authentic romantic-wise? Absolutely, I do. Because there's this whole thing of having to be nonchalant. This idea that, girls like it better when you're nonchalant, or guys like it better when you're nonchalant. I think we just need to kind of let go of this idea that we have to be too cool for the program when it comes to love, because love is very vulnerable. Wish I knew more of my indigenous culture. Honestly, me too. I've been trying to look into my culture, the indigenous Egyptian culture, but a lot of it has been erased systematically. Except some people in my family still carry the traditions, like what's her name? Ihtimed, my aunt Ihtimed, my great aunt Ihtimed, which is my grandma's sister, right? She still has the facial tattoos that are matriarchal facial tattoos that Egyptians used to have, at least in Upper Egypt, where my grandma's from. So I remember everyone in my family treating Tante Ihtimed very badly because of her facial tattoos, even though it used to be our culture. So it just made me really depressed as a kid. I didn't understand why they treated her like an evil witch. Yeah, what is that? It's so fucked up. It's a beautiful culture. It doesn't have to be like that. Why can't you be Muslim and coexist with your indigenous culture, right? Why does it have to be like that? Why is it one or the other? And that radicalized me to deconstruct religion from a young age, because I saw how she was treated, even though she wasn't evil. She was just has the face tattoos, and she was just a solemn old lady. Really? That's really cool. You know, I always feel like I'm alone in this. I feel like no one gets it, because I don't know. I'm glad people get it. That's nice. I will gift a painting of a sheep to a barista girl that I talk to occasionally, because I saw her one day going, "Aw, doing sheeps on the milk of a matcha. Is it cute or is it weird?" Oh, I think it's cute, but I would, the way you do it matters, I think. I think just to not scare her off, but I think that's really sweet. Just be like, you do the most beautiful sheep on these lattes, and I wanted to repay the favor. That's all you gotta say. That, if someone said that to me, I would gush. So there you go. We don't talk about the origins of religion enough, and I'm glad. I'm not necessarily glad that you can relate, but I'm happy that I'm not alone. But we don't talk about it enough, and the origin of most religions is actually very interesting. You know, a lot of people want to look it up just to debate, but like, look into the history. It's really interesting. I mean, a lot of it is fucked up, but it's also really interesting to know how the world got to this point with religion. There was a neighbor of my grandma said she was a witch or something like that. Literally, they say she's a witch, but it's like, she's not a witch. She's just in tune with the culture that she was born into. Because a lot of North Africa was only colonized not very recently in the Islamic sense. So my great aunt, she grew up like that. And then when she turned 15, when my grandma turned 15, hijab became a thing in Egypt. Like, before she was 15, she would wear her hair out, yada, yada, yada. And it's just really interesting. I have portraits of my grandma at 15, 16 with her hair out, wearing an abaya but no scarf, which is very unheard of. My cousins definitely started wearing hijab way earlier than that. Genuinely curious, why do you shave your eyebrows? I just like it. I don't really think about what I do with my appearance too much. I try to live through whatever joy I feel. You know, whatever makes, it's kind of like Marie Kondo. What sparks joy? Whatever doesn't, I just don't do it. And whatever does, I just do it. And the first time I bleached my eyebrows, I thought, this is the most awesome thing ever. How can I take this a step further? And ever since then, I've really loved the bare look. I don't know. I love looking smooth like that. Yeah, I really do. Egyptian gods are one of my favorite things. Dude, it's mega impressive, the cosmology. Dude, I need to get more into it. How am I Egyptian? I don't know barely anything. I have this book when I was a kid that showed you how mummification happens. And it was my favorite book as a kid. And it had like these things where you put the organs in the thing, right? And you're putting the organs in layers. And it was so grotesque, but it was really interesting. And I also had a bunch of books. My mom got me all these books of Egyptian god mythology, and it was made for kids. But Egyptian mythology is so strange and surreal that when I was a kid, I would read these terrified. And it was my own, like, history. Like, I'm reading it like, hey, so you're really funny, keep yapping. Not that you need a man's permission or anything. Thank you. No, I appreciate that. I appreciate the encouragement. You know, I'm human too. There are times where I feel unencouraged or doubtful. So another person's perspective can always help. But I do appreciate it. No problem. Why do you always zoom in so close on, what do you say, in your face in your videos? I don't know. I think it's because I use a real camera, so it's kind of the only way. The camera functions differently than a regular camera. It's a film camera. So it's for movies. So it's going to just look a little bit different. The aspect ratio and all that is going to look a little bit different than the cameras that you're used to seeing on TikTok. As someone who grew up in the States, polytheism is so interesting to me. Me too. I think polytheism is so interesting. Agreed. Did you know Egypt previously used to turn people into honey? What? I did not know that. Can you tell me more? I'm very interested in this, guys. Very interested. This is very interesting. Honey? Do you got games on your phone? Actually, I don't anymore. Oh my god, is my life not fun anymore? Well, Coptics are not exclusive to Christianity. Actually, all Egyptians are technically indigenously Coptic. But the Islamic quote-unquote revolution kind of erased that history. So we're all indigenous to Egypt. Some of us are just mixed with Arab because of pillaging and R word. of our ancestors. But love you too, KJ Freeman. That's nice. Oh, what time is it? Oh, shit. Okay. I gotta go. I wish there were more divas like you at my school to make a community with. Listen, I get being in a male-dominated career. I do get that, and I get it's also hard. Sometimes female friendships are so hard to find. And you will find someone that aligns with you in real life one day. Just wait for them. Don't be friends with anyone because you feel lonely. Only become friends with someone when they actually speak to your soul and they don't target any red flags. Never let your red flags drop. It's been the worst mistake of my life every time when I've been authentic with someone who didn't deserve my authenticity. But I'm gonna go now. Thank you, YouTube viewers. I appreciate you so much. And thank you, TikTok viewers. I appreciate you so much. And I'm gonna see ya. Because I'm gonna go watch Hamnet. I'm gonna finish Hamnet. Then I'm gonna do some shadow work. And then I'm gonna freaking eat dinner or